Hey, what's good YouTube? Welcome back. Today's video is gonna be very interesting. This is most likely the most asked question I get on the channel in the comments is, hey Ted, I wanna buy a fast car. I'm thinking about buying a Mustang GT or buying a 392, whether it's a Charger or a Challenger.
Yeah. Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up. So what's up? I've been down and out, but look, keep it a buck, I don't always been one up on all of these. They be trying to front for all of these. I ain't got time cause they all in they feelings. Ice to the gang and we making a kill.
Alright guys, before this video starts, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button because I know you guys are gonna enjoy it. First and foremost guys, I want to tell you, if you are a Mopar fanboy or a Ford fanboy, you don't necessarily buy cars based on the facts. You just go based on the brand that you like and the brand that you've been rocking with for the longest time. This video is most likely not gonna change your mind on what car is better and what car is worse. This video is more for guys who don't have any brand loyalty and pretty much just make their purchase decisions based on facts and numbers and their money, right? So money is very important. So I'm gonna be talking about the one main thing guys, performance. All right, I'm gonna be doing a 2019 versus 2019, so it's fair because that's what I have, right? Even though the 2020 on both sides are the same, on the Challenger and the Mustang. Talking about performance guys, stock performance, the Mustang GT, the Gen 3 Coyote, if you guys are aware, that's the Gen 3 5.0. It has 460 horsepower and 420 torque. That's the numbers from the motor. It's not necessarily wheel horsepower. And then looking at a 2020 Challenger, for example, I'm gonna use a Challenger because two-door. As you guys know, the 2019 Challenger 392 Scat Pack, the horsepower for it is 485 horsepower and 475 torque. The weight of this car right now is 3,700 pounds. All right guys, so 3,700 pounds is the weight of a 2019 Mustang GT, and the weight for a Challenger Scat Pack is 4,230 pounds. For the Mustang, it's gonna be 1 horsepower for 8 pounds. And then for the Challenger, it's gonna be 1 horsepower for every 8.7 pounds. That's the horsepower to weight ratio. Stock for stock, if my car was stock right now and I was racing a stock Challenger 392, quarter mile times, I'm gonna win. So that's gonna answer the questions for the guys who just get the car and leave it stock and don't wanna enjoy it. Performance wise, the Mustang is gonna win this battle. Stock for stock. All right guys, now we're gonna get into the full bolt-on aspect of the Mustang GT versus 392. So we're gonna talk about headers, exhaust, intake, tune, and E85. All right guys, just the basic ones. I'm not gonna go into the intake manifold or throttle body, all that. So this is just the 5 most basic ones. All right guys, the Mustang GT guys 2019, with those 5 mods, this thing is gonna give you 500 wheel horsepower easy. This car bone stock on the dyno made 405. You guys might have seen the video. As soon as I bought it, I took it to the dyno. I'm gonna have the eye on the top right corner right here, so make sure you click that if you haven't seen the stock dyno for this one. 405, and then right now as it sits, 500 wheel horsepower. So guys, 95 horsepower. All right, 95 horsepower with 5 basic bolt-ons. All right, and now we're gonna get into the 392. All right, so if you want to do the same 5 basic mods to a 392, these are the numbers that you're gonna be expecting. Of course I don't have one, so I did my research before making this video. I looked up a bunch of videos on YouTube, a lot of guys who've done the basic bolt-ons on the 392s, and this is the numbers they're gonna get. So headers, exhaust, intake, tune, E85. All right, 392 Challenger. The videos that I've watched range from about 440 wheel horsepower, maybe 450 or 460. The stock 392 on the dyno makes about 415 to 420 typically. That's the videos that I've seen on YouTube. And then like I said, the most I've seen is 460, guys. So that's 40 horsepower gain with the 5 same bolt-ons that you can do to this 5.0. I know you guys are wondering, is it possible to make a 500 wheel horsepower 392? Yes, it's possible. You're gonna have to be going with some cams, ported intake manifold, ported throttle body, and then a fuel system. So it is possible for a 500 wheel horsepower 392. It's just gonna be a couple more months to the list to get to that number. And talking about the same basic 5 bolt-ons, guys, the ones that I've done to my Mustang, right? So number one, E85. What do I need to run E85 on this Mustang, guys? Nothing. All right, I don't need no injectors, no fuel system. Literally, I just need the E85 tune, and then I can just go ahead and pump E85 in that thing, and I'm good to go. All right. For the intake, where can I buy intake for the Mustang? I can buy the intakes for the Mustang pretty much anywhere. All right, guys. So the market for the aftermarket parts for the 5.0s is very, very huge. You can go all kinds of websites and you can find something for this Mustang right here. So the headers, like I said, headers also a bunch of brands I can go with, a bunch of websites I can get them from. Exhaust, I have a lot of options. Corsa, BBK, Borla, Flowmaster, Roush. I have a lot of options, guys. And then what else? So for the tune, I also have a lot of tuners that I can do it. So Land Racing, HP tuners. Basically, the guys who use HP tuners are LPF. I can get an LPF tune. I can either get a Palm Beach Dyno tune. There's a lot of tuners that can tune Mustangs. It's very easy. You don't need to unlock anything. Literally, go to the website, buy the tune. They'll email it to you, the tune file. Pop it in your tuner, whether you're using a N-Gage or a SCT tuner. Download the tune to that file. Download the file to the tuner and load it on there, and you're good to go. So, and then let's talk about the 392, guys. So for E85 on the 392, you cannot use E85 with the stock injectors, guys. You need to either get Hellcat injectors or any type of bigger injectors than the stock injectors. That's what you need to get to run E85 on a 392. And then for the other 4 mods for the 392, guys, it's gonna be, you know, the headers, exhaust, intake, and a tune. For the headers, exhaust, and intake, basically the aftermarket for Mopars, unfortunately, is not that big like the Mustang aftermarket. Basically, if you're gonna find the websites that have it, it's very few, and also the pricing for the same parts that I will normally get on a Mustang are gonna be much more expensive, or a little bit more expensive, not really that much, but it's definitely gonna be expensive than, for example, the Mustang parts. Unfortunately, that's what it is after doing some research. So before I bought a Mustang, guys, I researched all these things, and that's what made me come to this purchase decision. If the Mopar turned out to have the exact same numbers, you know, I would have got a Mopar, right? So that's the decisions that I went through before I bought this car. Not necessarily because I love Ford and I love everything they make, and I hate Mopar. I don't. It's just that before I buy something, especially because it's my money, I want to make sure I'm buying the best thing that I can get for my money, and that pretty much on the paper wins. All right, so just facts. That's what I go with before I buy a car. I know some people that I can tell, you know, some people can watch this video and they can see that on paper the Mustang has a bigger aftermarket. All right, easier to mod the car. You get more horsepower gains for the same mods, right? So all the things that I've talked about in this video, I know somebody's gonna watch it and still prefer Mopar. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the car that they like and the brand that they like. So that was it from me, guys. This is the most asked question I get. Should I buy a 392 or should I buy a 5.0? Well, I don't like just giving you guys a straight up answer, yes or no, or buy this and don't buy this. So I'm basically telling you what I was thinking whenever I bought this car. and the thought process that I went through before I made the purchase decision. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Like I said in the beginning, smash that subscribe button, guys, on the road to 2K subs. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next video. Peace.
Wave, my inner soul make a village glow. You can see the real through my inner scope. Real grows with a field cold. Give my spirit to the pen stroke. Young Westbrook and the rim is low. Sweet tang when I fall through. When I hit the queen with the giving.